Sharp Game here, coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com off of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I've spent a lot of time in Japan, and I still visit Japan up until to this day. And you know, there's some things about Japan, some things that I've seen, to be specific, that I've seen in Japan while visiting there and living there, that to this day I still don't understand. And I haven't found anybody to give me a direct answer or logical reasoning behind certain things. And you know, I talk about the pros and cons of being in Japan, living in Japan, visiting in Japan a lot. That's what most of my videos are all about. And I talk about things that I've done, seen, experienced. I don't talk about theories, and I don't talk about stuff that I've heard very much. But the experience and what I've seen, I can talk about that all day long. Now, if you go to Japan, I don't care if you've been there, I don't care if you visit there for a week, or if you stay there for 6 months, you're going to see what I'm about to say. Now, one thing weird about Japan, I don't know if it's a cultural thing. I don't really know. But what I can say is this. In Japan, they use Japanese schoolgirls in a lot of the advertising and marketing when they promote products and services over there. And I don't even really understand the purpose behind it. Because, you know, in America, if you see a commercial or banner or magazine or flyer, postcard, and if a human being is involved in the picture, they're trying to either sell a product or achieve some type of goal or response or phone call, or they want you to do something. I mean, that's the intent behind it anyway. But in Japan, they have the schoolgirls. It's kind of like a logo. It's everywhere. It's on. They have commercials. They have banners. They have flyers. It's at the stores, the small corner stores you might go to, the gas station. And then they have the rabbit. The rabbit and the schoolgirls dress in clothing logo. They kind of like in hand. They kind of like, you mostly see them together, mostly. Or if they're separate, you could see them like that too. But I don't understand the intent behind it. That's the thing. And if you ask a lot of Japanese people about this, about how they use young Japanese girls in school clothes in their marketing and advertising, they will get very uncomfortable about this. Very uncomfortable, based on my experience. They'll say something like, "Oh, itchy, 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 itchy." And, you know, that means it's a touchy subject and kind of complicated, and they don't really want to talk about it. And then you got some. I think I got two to three different responses. The women usually say itchy, 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 and some group of women will play dumb, like they don't know what I'm talking about, which is bullshit, because you can't miss it. Because it's just these Japanese young schoolgirls in uniforms are everywhere. These pictures are everywhere. They even have them they do porn videos with some of the girls. And some of these girls are in the age as well. All these girls are not over the age that you might think. And it's something, and these older Japanese guys have a fascination about Japanese girls in school clothes. They seem to have, it's kind of like a fetish, because they do porn movies with a lot of these girls dressed up in the school uniforms. And if you talk to Japanese guys about it, they'll be like, they might agree with you. They might agree with everything I'm saying right now. But at the same time, they'll be like, well, shogunai. It's always been that way. Shogunai. That's what they always, that's more than likely that's what they're gonna say. Or they'll say, well, what do you want me to do? It's always been that way. That's their response. Now these people have kids that I'm talking about now. They have kids. So their kids are seeing this too. Their kids are walking around, going with their parents to the stores. They turn on the television. They're looking at young Japanese schoolgirls, and you got the As a matter of fact, a couple years back, there's a service in Japan. There used to be a service in Japan. I don't know if it still exists. It used to be a service in Japan where they could rent a girl for her services in Japanese school clothes. Now a lot of these, they say it ain't no sexual activity going on, but I don't believe that. Now some of these girls are below age. Some of these girls are teenagers that work for these companies. This is like 15, 20 years ago when I first heard about this. I don't know if it still exists today, but this stuff kind of threw me off when I first went to Japan, because you're going to see it as soon as you get there. You see the bunny rabbit and the Japanese girls in school clothes logo is everywhere, So like the rabbit is kind of like the Playboy bunny. At the end, I guess it's kind of like a spinoff of the Playboy magazine, the Playboy bunny. It seems like, but I don't understand the intent behind it. That's the thing, And there's a lot of stuff that happens in Japan where it's like, they kind of sweeping it under the rug now because the Olympics is coming over there in 2020. So they're passing a lot of public policy and they're trying to clean up a lot of stuff. Or better yet, they're trying to hide a lot of stuff. So it won't get out in the public eye. Because in Japan, it's all about putting on a good face. Image over everything. That's what it's really all about over there. See, it's not about what's right and wrong or what's moral or what's immoral. I don't even think it's really about culture over there most of the time. It's really about the image that they want to uphold. That's what it's really all about over there. Because Japan is starting to be more and more like America socially. They just, without the violence. It's very rare that you see some type of violence out in public. It's very rare. But a lot of the mindset that exists here in America, it exists over there as well. But people are not going to express themselves openly out in public. That's probably never going to happen, So Japan is not a perfect place. Don't get it twisted. Don't let a lot of these women trick you, because they'll make it seem like where they came from, they were the best thing smoking and it's all good. So, and if they do act like that, if you come across a Japanese girl that's like that, ask her if it's so good where you came from, or if you had it so good where you came from, why would you leave all that to come over here? Ask them that. You know, because they'll act like where they came from, it was so much better. But most of the time, that's not the case. And who the hell is going to leave a good situation to come to America? Unless you upgrade. And a lot of these girls that come over here, coming over here for them is the come up. Because where they came from, 9 times out of 10, they wasn't making that much money. They probably didn't have a car. They probably wasn't living by themselves. They probably had roommates or living with their parents. They had a lot of pressure on them. And especially a lot of these older women. You know, they've come to America. They're still in the dating market. I mean, you can be a 45-year-old Japanese girl in shape, and guys are still wanting to talk to you. They're still giving you play. Here in America, you be 45 up to 50 sometimes. I see there's a few Japanese girls on Instagram, 45, 50 years old. They're still in shape. Guys are still checking for them. But in Japan, it's not going to be like that. So, for them, coming over here is an upgrade. It's a come up. So don't let a lot of these girls fool you. You know, there's a lot of hypocrisy that happens. They'll make it seem like some girls will complain and make it seem like where they came from, things that happen in America would never happen in Japan. No, that's not the case. So I just thought that I wanted to talk about this because I didn't want you to get caught off guard when you go over there. Because you're going to see it if you take a trip to Japan. You're going to see the Japanese schoolgirls in the ads and the marketing in big companies, corner stores, gas stations, just everywhere. Machines. But I don't understand the intent. I just thought it was kind of weird. And I still don't understand it to this day. You know? So that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. So if you like what you heard, check out my blog, chooseyourrelationships.com. Subscribe to my channel. And if you got questions, I got answers. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.